Hello everyone, welcome back to some more Kathy Rain Director's Cut. In the last episode, we stole evidence from a police station.
Note to self. Remember, the perfect bouquet consists of 3 red roses, a blue violet, and 2 yellow tulips. I've been working on my research in the attic at night. I just don't want her to worry. She has enough to think about with everything that's been going on lately. With Sharon and Kathy. Anyway, I'm getting close to finding the source. I have a promising new theory. It should be ready for a test soon.
I should probably ask Grandma first.
Okie dokie.
Oh, hello, dear.
Alright. Grandma, you have some splaining to do.
There are a few things I need to ask you, Grandma.
Very well, dear.
Hey, Grandma, do you recognize this tape recorder?
Oh, yes, Mr. Dicto. Joseph used to carry that thing with him everywhere. He could be absent-minded at times. It helped him remember things.
Would you mind if I took a look in the attic?
I suppose it would do no harm. Come with me.
Thanks, Grandma.
You're welcome, dear. Be careful now.
Hi, Granny.
Nothing. The bulb must be burned out.
Great. Can I...
Free light bulb. Score!
Okay. Adventure game logic. Whee! Alright.
Standard light bulb. Looks intact and good to go.
That's a
Either this...
click and drag.
There we go.
Do we... No, we did not keep the...
Mr. Bear! How did you get all the way up there?
Hi, Mr. Bear.
Good idea. You just keep watch. I'll do the searching. An industrial-sized jug of detergent.
Ooh, there's a book.
A thick book about math. An old typewriter covered in cobwebs.
Is there anything else? Like, anything
Just
in the papers?
some old bills. Nothing interesting. It looks like someone was doing geometry. I can't make much sense of it. Empty. Empty.
Maybe I should take a peek at that math book. Hold on. Oh, what the hell? Fibonacci. Oh. Grandma? Grandma, I suck at math. Can you help me?
Oh,
Grandma? Anna? Granny?
There are a few things I need to ask you, Grandma.
very well, dear.
I found a locked briefcase in the attic. Do you know anything about it?
Oh, that old thing? Joseph said there were just some old boring Air Force papers in there.
If that was the case, why use an intricate combination lock?
That's a very good question, dear. In any case, I wouldn't know how to open it.
Well, gotta go, Gramps. Talk to you later.
Bye, Kathy.
There are...
Very...
I found this book in the attic. Recognize it?
Oh, yes. I bought it for Joseph's birthday once. He was always fascinated by numbers. He believed that math could explain everything in this world.
He was a man of science. There's no denying that. Bye, Grandma.
So long.
Oh yeah, I can fast travel. Okay. Okay, so maybe it's like the first 3 letters or 3 numbers. So like 2, 3, 5, and then 1 blue. So 1, and then 2 yellow. 3, 1. Yeah. Hold on. What did I say it was? 2, 3, 5. And then 1 blue. So just 1. And then 2 yellow. So 3, 1.
Yes!
Holy crap! I'm so glad I didn't have to do like any math or anything, because I would have been so screwed.
Oh.
Yes, hello, dear.
There are...
Very well.
Hey, Grandma. I found this old envelope in the attic. I thought I'd give it to you in case you wanted to be the first to open it.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, dear, but you go ahead and have a look. Let me know if you find anything out of the ordinary.
All right, then. Bye, Grandma. I'll be...
So long.
Let's see what's in here. There were 2 pictures, a newspaper clipping, a key, and a tape inside. Oh, and a single copper penny, too, for some reason.
Here.
You've reached the Rain residence. Leave a message after the beep. Hello, Joseph, Mrs. Rain. It's me, Charles. I thought I'd give you a call. Erica just had her firstborn. It's a boy. Thankfully, he looks nothing like his father. Listen, I was thinking maybe you'd like to come and visit. And what about your little Kathy? Maybe she wants to see the baby. Well, anyways, I hope to see you soon. All the best. Bye.
You people make me sick. We're never coming back. Don't call, don't write. If you ever try to contact us, I will call the police.
Joseph, you there? It's me, Cocky. It happened to me, too. You're the only one I trust now. Just call me back as soon as you can.
I wonder who this Cocky is. There are...
Very well.
Grams, can you tell me anything about this picture?
It looks awfully bright. Perhaps something was wrong with the camera.
Yeah, maybe. I should try to figure something out tomorrow at the university. Look at this photo I found in the locked briefcase.
Goodness, I haven't seen that picture in years. This was taken when Joseph was stationed at McConnell Air Force Base. That's him right there on the left.
What about the other two?
I don't remember the name of the smiling man in the back. The gentleman on the right was Joseph's best friend, Charles Wade.
Hey, Charles, we heard that voice. Okay.
Do you know anything about this story, Grandma?
Not much, dear. It was the saddest thing. The girl was only 16 years old. We never really knew the family. They preferred to keep to themselves.
Do you remember their names?
Let me think. I'm awfully sorry, dear. I just can't recall.
That's quite all right, Grandma. I was just wondering why Grandpa would have wanted to save this.
Joseph was always deeply affected by the tragedy of others. Perhaps he wanted to do something for the family to ease their pain. In any case, he didn't speak to me about it.
Okay. Tragic story. I wonder why Grandpa saved this. Do you recognize this key, Grandma? I found it in the attic.
I'm afraid not, dear.
Does this coin mean anything to you, Grandma?
I'm afraid not, dear.
Does the nickname Cocky mean anything to you?
Sounds vaguely familiar. It reminds me of the aviator call signs Joseph and his friends gave one another. Joseph was vigilante. I can't count the number of times he got into trouble for breaking the rules. To this day, I have no idea how he always managed to land on his feet.
Must be hereditary, given the things I've gotten away with. Every time I wake up, I am genuinely surprised that I'm not in jail.
I'm sure it's not that bad, dear.
But to get back to the subject, you don't have any idea of who this Cocky is?
I'm afraid not, but the Air Force might be a good place to start.
What can you tell me about Charles Wade?
Well, I do know he has made quite a name for himself since he and Joseph went to war together. Apparently, he came up with some brilliant piece of engineering for the airplanes. They use it everywhere now.
Any idea how to get in touch with him?
I'm afraid not, dear. I haven't seen him for years. He and Joseph grew apart before you were born.
Any particular reason for that?
Oh, not that I know of.
Can you tell me anything about McConnell Air Force Base?
It's not very far from Conwell Springs. Joseph was stationed there for some time during the war. I believe they're still training young pilots there today.
So, when did Grandpa enlist in the Air Force?
Oh, it was barely past the honeymoon when Joseph left to fight in that terrible war, together with his best friend Charles and my brother Andrew. Those were nerve-wracking years. I was so worried I thought I would burst. Every short visit from Joseph was a joy, but he kept going back to the front, to my great dismay. When I told Joseph about being pregnant with your father, he finally realized that enough was enough. He had done his duty. Shortly thereafter, he returned to a quiet farmer's life in this very house, helping your great-grandfather with the crops until he passed.
Do you know anything about a young girl drowning around here?
Oh, yes. It was the saddest thing. She was only 16. We never really knew the family. They preferred to keep to themselves.
Do you remember the name of the girl or her family?
I'm awfully sorry, dear. I just can't recall.
That's okay, Grandma. I was just wondering why Grandpa would have wanted to save this.
Joseph was always affected by the tragedy of others. Perhaps he wanted to do something for the family. In any case, he didn't speak to me about it.
Alright, well, I think.
Well, goodbye, Cat. No result for that. Nah, nothing like that in here. Damn, no Charles Wade in here. Was worth a shot, but no hit for Wade Industries either. But it was kind of a long. I should try to get a hold. No result. All right, got it.
McConnell Air Force Base, how can I help you?
Hi, I was just wondering if you had time to answer a few questions.
Sure thing, ma'am. Ask away.
Do you know anything about what happened to Joseph Rain in '81?
I know that he was no longer stationed here at the base at that time. He'd left the Air Force decades earlier. But as a Conwell Springs citizen, sure, I've heard the rumors just like everybody else. How he was found by the sheriff all messed up, walking out of the woods with some kind of unexplained brain damage.
Any theory as to what he was doing out there?
I'm afraid not, ma'am. But I'm positive that it had nothing to do with this base or our operations here.
Okay, what can you tell me about his service at McConnell?
Well, Joseph Rain is a legend around here. His pile of medals weighs more than my car. I was fortunate enough to meet him before he suffered his injury, and I must say, what an inspiring man. I'm positive that he would have made General if he'd stuck around.
Wow.
Any idea of why he quit? He looks so happy in the pictures from the war.
Oh, your family, ma'am?
Granddaughter.
Well, then I'm sorry for your loss. I heard about his recent passing.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Dude.
So, about him quitting.
I shouldn't speak ill of the dead, but some say the war broke him. PTSD. Me? I don't think so. When I met him, he had this aura about him, like he wasn't afraid of anything. Maybe it was just guilt. He ended a lot of lives, but that's just me speculating.
Gotcha. Thanks for the thoughts. Do you recognize the aviator call sign, Cocky?
Afraid not, ma'am. I know all the call signs here, and I'm positive it's not one of them.
This isn't current, though. It might have been used as early as World War II.
Oh, that's unfortunate. We don't keep any official records of call signs. The only option I can think of is to get a hold of somebody who was around back then.
Any suggestions?
The only person I can think of who is still alive would be Charles Wade.
The billionaire. He was stationed at McConnell?
Huh.
He was, up until the point when he founded Wade Industries in the 60s.
I don't see a reason to ask him about that. What can you tell me about McConnell Air Force Base?
This is one of the oldest Air Force bases in the U.S., established during World War I. The main purpose of it is to train fighter pilots. The McConnell Flight School is well-renowned all around the country. In the late 80s, the school started accepting a limited number of civilian applicants due to the high demand. Some of the most famous dogfighters in U.S. history, such as Ethan Fireball Jenkins, Joseph Vigilante Rain, and Brett Savior Myers trained at this very base. Charles Wade, the great industrialist, did too. Some claim that many of his revolutionary ideas came from the former chief mechanic here, the late Niles Bloom.
Huh.
Interesting. Thanks for the history lesson. I'm trying to get a hold of Charles Wade. Would you happen to know how to reach him?
I'm sorry, ma'am, but Charles Wade is a public figure. He has explicitly asked us not to provide his contact details to anyone.
Is there any way you could make an exception? I really need to talk to Mr. Wade.
Oh, can do. I can't really help you out unless you have some sort of official business.
I do have official business. I'm Deputy Reagan. I'm calling from Conwell Springs Sheriff's Department.
Nice try. Do you know what caller ID is? You can clearly see that you're not calling from the station. Goodbye.
Damn, I can't pull that off if I call from here.
Okay. I'm just curious, maybe we can figure out who. Maybe we look at the tombstones. We'll be able to figure out who the Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked.
Tragic drowning in Conwell Springs. In early morning on Sunday the 14th, a teenage girl. The girl is survived by. The notice is dated July 1970. All right, this is the right date. Looks like her name was Lily Myers. I should try to get a hold of her family. I wonder what that kid is doing here all alone.
Hi, child.
Hey, kid.
Hi yourself.
What are you doing?
None of your business.
Huh, I like you, kid. You're not here alone, right? Where's your mom?
Oh, she's around.
I don't see her.
You must be blind or something.
I'll go look for your mom, okay? Don't go anywhere.
Whatever.
I shouldn't leave while that kid is alone. Kid?
Oh, oh, that was a mistake. Oh,
Guess he found
I
his
tried
mom.
to gasp for dramatic effect. No, he was a ghost kid. And he went poof, because he's a ghost-a-goo. Alright. Now that we found... Okay, we probably can't use Lenny's phone, so... I wonder how you... Alright.
McConnell Airport.
Hi.
Sure thing.
I don't see her. I'm trying to get a hold.
I'm sorry.
Is there...
Okay.
I do...
I can see that you're actually...
What the hell is that supposed to mean? It's just because I'm a woman, right? Women don't belong in law enforcement? Is that what you're saying? That's so sexist.
Now that's hardly what...
Do you have any idea what I have to go through every day? Nobody takes me seriously. The dirty looks, the sexual innuendos,
Relax, okay? I'll check the file. 555-7641.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
Okay, can I...
Wade residence?
Hi, this is Kathy Rain. I'm calling for Charles Wade.
He doesn't live here anymore. What's this about? What do you want with my father?
I'd just like to have a quick word with Mr. Wade. It's about my grandfather, Joseph Rain.
You're 20 years late, girl. My father has neither time nor energy to deal with you people.
But,
Dude, I was like
This
5.
conversation is over. Unless my father explicitly says he wants to talk to you.
what a stuck-up... Well, she hasn't heard the...
Can I ask you something?
Hey,
Hi there.
so, what...
Well,
Is that so?
yeah, I
That's...
for your...
I take...
Hey, to be fair, but that... You're right.
Okay,
See?
Hey, Lenny.
Hello, Kathy. What's up?
Nah, I don't want to ask him about that.
Okay.
What's your opinion on Charles Wade?
He's okay in my book. Invested a lot in the local community over the years. He's been a prominent figure in town for as long as I can remember.
Nah, I don't want to ask him about that. Hey, Lenny, could you check the files for a police report? A girl who drowned around here, Lily Myers?
I'd love to help, Kathy, but you better check with the sheriff first.
Fine, I'll do that. Well, gotta go.
See ya.
Well, I'm gonna guess the sheriff's gonna just give me a big fat no, so I'm not gonna do that.
Oh. There are a few things.
Very well.
I found out that the drowned girl's name was Lily Myers. Ring a bell?
Oh, yes. Oh, how could I forget? Sue, Jack, and their children, Lily and Nathan.
Do they still live around here?
Mother and son do. I see them in town from time to time. They live somewhere near the lake.
But not the father.
No. He disappeared not long after Lily took her own life.
Whoa, she killed herself. That's news to me.
Oh, that girl had been troubled for years. Truman made an official statement later. It was no accident.
I see. Do you know how I can reach the family?
Not really, dear. Like I said, they tend to keep to themselves.
Well, gotta go.
Bye, Kathy.
She's been dead for 2 decades. All right, found an address.
Alrighty.
Yes? Can I help you?
I hope so. My name's Rain. Kathy Rain.
Joseph's girl. The one they sent away.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, what do you want?
I had some questions about your daughter, Lily.
Well, you know what? I don't have any answers, girl. Lily was precious, special. Lily died. That's all there is to it.
My grandfather came to see you, right? To ask about her?
Maybe he did. I don't see how that's any of your business.
I'm not asking for much, Mrs. Myers.
Then clearly...
That's not...
Huh.
Care to join me for a smoke, Mrs. Myers?
Well, I'm gonna have to think about it. Well, I suppose one smoke can't hurt.
And that's when he realized it was his own bong.
Oh my, oh now that was a good one.
Good.
You know what, Kathy? You're okay. Sorry for being such a cranky old bag before. I get a short fuse when I run out of smokes.
Now, that's an understatement. Good thing I had my morning smoke, otherwise we would have had a fist fight on our hands.
Oh, it's getting chilly. Why don't we head inside? Now, this here's my boy Nathan. He's special. Nate, be polite and say hello to Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
Hi there, big guy. What you doing, big fella?
Drawing.
Oh yeah? What are you drawing?
The nice red man.
You mean Santa?
No, the nice red man.
Sorry.
Now, what did I say about raising your voice at strangers?
Sorry, Mama. I'll be nice. The red man is nice.
Don't mind him. He gets so absorbed in his drawings thanks to that wild imagination of his, just like his sister.
Nah, he's stuck in...
So you wanted to ask me about Lily?
Yeah. Do you mind telling me what happened when my grandfather came to see you?
Well, he knocked on my door a few years after Lily had passed away. I didn't know Joseph too well myself, but I'd heard of him and the good he'd done for the other people around here. So I let him in. He started asking a bunch of questions about Lily, like if I was absolutely sure that it was suicide.
And what did you say?
The truth. That she was depressed and had been for a long time. I had no doubts about what happened.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
Well, he was weirdly curious about her paintings.
Lily painted?
Yep, that's one of hers right there on the wall.
I see, it's beautiful. So, in what way was he curious?
He asked if Lily had painted anything odd or strange. I didn't really get what he was after, but I let him have a look at her work. He spent some time browsing through them, and then he wrote something down on a piece of paper, thanked me, and left.
Huh. Any idea of what he could have seen?
Not really. I had the paintings all lined up. Could have been any of them.
Would you mind showing them to me?
Well, I would if I could, but this is the only one I have left. I sold the rest many years ago to this weirdo art collector.
Tell me about this art collector person.
Rich, fancy looking, in his 50s or thereabouts. I'd say he'd be around 70 now if he's still alive. He knocked on that door one day with a wad of cash in his hand. $5,000. He wanted everything that Lily so much as touched with a brush.
Huh. Did he say why?
Nope, but I got the feeling that most of that dough was paid so he could avoid any questions. I took the money. I still had Nathan to support.
Did the stranger give you his name?
No. Well, his face was far from forgettable, though. Big nose, bright blue eyes, looked black Irish. He had a thick black mane, turning gray, no beard.
All right, Sue. Thanks. So, tell me about Lily's art.
It used to be about cheerful things, landscapes, animals, bright colors. But as she drifted further into depression, she started painting horrible things, death and decay. And the last few pieces looked like something out of a nightmare.
That's awful. Did Lily ever get any recognition for her art?
Not really. Except from the guy I told you about who bought most of her paintings.
Let's see.
Hey, Sue, do you recognize any of these men?
Well, there's Joseph Rain. Always so handsome. I had such a crush on him back in the day. And... no way. That's him. The man who bought the paintings. He's much younger here, but there's no mistaking that hair and nose.
Are you sure?
I'm positive, little cat. That's the guy who walked into this cabin with $5,000 in cash.
That's very helpful, Sue. Thanks. Ugh. Another question for the elusive Mr. Wade.
Elusive Bruce Wayne.
Not yet. I have more things to ask her. Do you know anything about what happened to my grandfather? How he ended up in a wheelchair?
Stroke, wasn't it? At least that's what I heard.
Not necessarily. There are some divided opinions about it.
Now that I think about it, that whole ordeal happened to him not long after he came here.
How long?
A week, maybe, at the most.
I don't need to ask her about that.
Okay.
So, Charles Wade was the one who bought those paintings from you?
Yep, like I said, he gave me $5 grand for Lily's paintings. If you want to know his reasons, you're gonna have to ask the man himself.
I don't need to ask her about that. Mind telling me what Lily was like, Sue?
I'd be happy to. She was Nathan's older sister by 2 years. Lily was like any girl growing up, normal, happy, talking about school, boys, and whatnot. And she and Nathan were close back then, always playing together in the woods. When Lily was 10, she started drawing, always doodling on just about anything she could get her hands on. We didn't have much, really, and so she used what she could. Once I even caught her scribbling on toilet paper. On her 12th birthday, we gave Lily a thick sketchbook with an assortment of pencils. She was ecstatic. That was the happiest I'd ever seen her. From that day, drawing became her life. Eventually, her art teacher at school helped her to get started with oil painting. When Lily was 15, something changed. At first, I thought it was just usual teen angst, but no, this was something different. She started going out, disappearing for long periods of time. She locked herself in when painting. She never used to do that. I tried everything. Counseling, support groups, antidepressants. Nothing worked. About a year later, she just gave up. And well, you know the rest.
I'm sorry, Sue. That must have been unimaginable.
Thanks, darling, but it's been a while now. I've learned to live with it.
You know, I've been through something similar. My mom. She never killed herself, but, well, she came close.
That's a damn shame. I heard about her problems. Is she doing any better now?
Better isn't the word I'd use. I had to put her in a place where she couldn't hurt anyone, including herself.
Yeah, life ain't easy for any of us. Flip a few coins along the way, and I could have ended up somewhere like that myself. I'm awfully sorry things went that way for you, Ma. Anyhow.
Seems nice.
Thanks, Sue. Taking it one step at a time. What do you do to support the two of you?
A little bit of this and that. Got me some cash saved up, too. Nathan helps out when he can.
What happened to your husband, if you don't mind me asking?
You could say he didn't quite cope as well as I did with what happened to Lily. He got himself a death wish after what happened to her, started drinking and getting into all sorts of trouble. 5 years left for him in the joint now. Been there for 15.
Man, that must be rough for you.
Oh, we're doing just fine without him, aren't we, Nate?
Mama takes good care of us.
Mama sure does.
I think I'm gonna head off now.
Okay.
Sure thing, little cat. Come back anytime.
It's getting late. I should head back to the city.
Alright, so that's...
Hey, you're still up.
I was wondering when you'd show up. How did it go?
Long story. I found out about some stuff that happened when I was a kid.
Wow, what a mystery. So
Yeah.
what's the plan now?
Grandpa is still gone, and nothing I do can change that. Besides, it's all dead ends anyway.
What about this Charles Wade? You still haven't talked to him? And that strange bright picture you showed me? Those tapes? Listen, I know this guy.
Eileen, relax. We can talk about it tomorrow, okay? Oh, it's way too late now.
Oh, I couldn't possibly sleep now. I'm way too excited.
Oh my goodness.
Well, that makes one of us. Nighty.
Good night, Cat. Hey, Kathy, wake up!
Ugh, you are so lucky there are no sharp objects near this bed.
Guess what? I got an idea.
Please tell me it involves you taking a sabbatical.
Haha, so you found all this evidence, right? Pictures, tapes, and stuff?
For the dialogue
I
time, so I
guess.
can cut
Why?
it.
Well, as you know, I have a computer. And I know this hacker guy, Dave, and... Oh, never mind. I'll just write you a note. You go back to sleep.
Seriously, Eileen, sometimes I just marvel at how your brain works.
I know, right?
That night, Kathy dreams.
Are you sure you want to do this, Catherine? You still have time, if you think there's any chance you would change your mind.
I'm sure, Doctor. Just get it out of me.
Oh, shit.
But please, don't tell my mom.
I'm sorry, but we have to do that. It's the law.
Why?
It's none of her business. It's my choice to make.
Oh, great.
I have enough shit going on with her already. This would just add fuel to the fire.
I'm afraid there's nothing I can do.
Fine. Let's just get this over with then.
Right this way.
Damn. September 26, 1995, day 2. Alright.
Ugh, I hate that dream.
Okay. Wait.
I guess I... Nah.
Very generic saving. Alright, so for that, in the next part, we're going to start the start of day 2. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye, everybody.